Hi there. My name's Heather, and I'm going to show you how I use Kami in order to teach math. The math I'm currently teaching is the grade 9 applied at Trillium. So I'm going to assume that you already have Kami the Kami extension added to your computer. So in order to open a document through Kami, you click on the blue K or the blue circle with the white K. Kami allows you to use documents on it from Microsoft Word, PDF, or Google Doc form. For today, we're going to use a PDF. So in my Drive, I have set up a demo that we're going to use. This is a PDF. So once I upload this, I share my screen through my Google Meets, which is how I teach my grade 9s, so that the students can follow along and answer any questions as I ask them. So all PDSB Net accounts now have access to the free trial of Pro for Kami. So you should see up in the corner where it says trial ends in 61 days. This means that if you want your students to work with Kami, you need to have them download the application. So there are several things I can do with Kami for my math class. If you have a tablet, such as an iPad or an Android tablet, you can write directly on your screen using a stylus. I have a Microsoft Surface laptop, so I find it much easier to write on the Surface. However, if you don't have that, you can always use the text box option. So you click on text box, you can put a text box anywhere you want, you can move it around, and you can fill in the blank. So this was a text box. It will save just as an editable PDF. Once we get down to the math, I prefer writing on it if that's available. So if you can get an iPad with this, that would be great. I tend to color code everything. I use this exactly as I use my smartboard. So I use different color pens to mark things. So if I was going through how to solve one of these equations, I would have my students identify my like terms first. I would use a different color to identify the other set of like terms. Then I often use color coding to show how we're going to move all the variables. I would be asking my students each step of this. So I would say, student A, what's the first thing I do? And have them tell me where I would do it on the screen, and they would follow along. Once you're finished doing the math, whether it be through drawing on the screen or text boxes, you can download it and post it to your Google Classroom. By the way, with the Pro version of Kami, you can also do equations. So it makes writing much easier, especially when you're doing things like the Pythagorean theorem or you have variables involved. So I can start typing in 6x and it doesn't just look like a regular x. If I wanted to do the squared, I would hold the shift key down and the number 6, and it allows me to put in squares or powers. So theoretically, you could use Kami to teach any level of math, but you have to be leery because the students might not be as comfortable with typing in equations as you are, and you don't want to test them on whether or not they can use Kami. You want to test them on how well they're doing the math. Regardless, after you finish doing that, you can download with annotations, and it turns it into a PDF. I always save the PDF to a file on my computer, and then I can post it up in my Google Classroom after, so that the students always have access to the answers. And that is exactly how I did things using my smartboard as well. So that's how I use Kami for math. Thanks for listening.